YouTubers, before I begin the video, kindly hit that subscribe button for me. Thank you. This video is about Garrett Augustus Morgan, and he was the inventor of the modern day traffic light, and also he invented a prototype for the N95 mask. Garrett Augustus Morgan Sr. was an African American inventor, businessman, and community leader. His most notable inventions were the traffic light and the gas mask. He was born on March 4th, 1877, in Paris, Kentucky, and died July 27th, 1963, in Cleveland, Ohio. Garrett Morgan blazed the trail for African American inventors with his patents, some of which included hair straightening products, a breathing device, a revamped sewing machine, and an improved traffic signal, to name a few. He had over 60 patents. With only an elementary school education, Garrett Morgan began his career as a sewing machine mechanic. He went on to patent several inventions, including an improved sewing machine and traffic signal, a hair straightening product, a respiratory device that was later used as the blueprint for the gas mask in World War I. Garrett Morgan was born in Paris, Kentucky on March 4th, 1877. He was the seventh child out of 11 children. His mother, Elizabeth Reed, was of Indian and African American descent and the daughter of a Baptist minister. His father, who was a slave, was freed in 1863. When Morgan was in his teen years, he moved to Cincinnati, Ohio, and found work as a handyman to a wealthy landowner. Although he, at the time, had only completed an elementary school education, he paid for private lessons from a tutor. He worked at several sewing machine factories where he learned inner workings of the machines and how to fix them. Morgan obtained a patent later on for an improved sewing machine and opened up his own repair shop. His hair straightening business started out of pure accident. In 1909, Morgan was working with sewing machines in his newly opened tailor shop, a business he had opened with his wife Mary, who was an experienced seamstress. A common problem at that time was the woven fabrics would be scorched by the needle overheating due to the sewing machine running at such high speeds. In hopes of alleviating the problem, Morgan started to experiment with chemicals in an effort to reduce the friction, and subsequently noticed that the hair of the clothes were straighter. He tried the solution out on the fur of his neighbor's dog and noted positive effects. Finally, he tested the concoction on himself. When it worked, he quickly established the G.A. Morgan Hair Refining Company and sold the cream to African Americans. The company was incredibly successful, bringing Morgan financial security and allowing him to pursue other interests. In 1914, Morgan patented a breathing device that was used in World War I, and it is the prototype for the N95 that is used today. It provided wearers with a safety breathing experience in the presence of smoke, gas, and other pollutants. Morgan worked very hard to market the device especially to firefighters, and he would personally demonstrate the reliability of the mask in the presence of fire. Morgan's breathing device became the prototype and the precursor for the gas mask used during World War I, protected soldiers from toxic gas used in warfare. The invention earned him the first prize at the Second International Exposition of Safety and Sanitation in New York City. So, although Garrett Morgan did not get a college education, he accomplished a lot more than most people would in a lifetime. He had 26 patents to his name when he died. Racism was so bad in the South that the buyers in the South did not want to buy anything from a black man. So what did Morgan do? In order to sell his mask in the South, he hired a white actor to pose as the inventor, doing presentations of his breathing device, and Morgan posed as the imposter's sidekick in order to sell his mask. He disguised himself as a Native American man named Big Chief Mason, and wearing his hood entered areas otherwise unsafe for breathing. The tactic was successful. Sales of the device were brisk, especially from firefighters and rescue workers. In 1916, the city of Cleveland was drilling a new tunnel under Lake Erie for a freshwater supply. Workers hit a pocket of natural gas, which resulted in a huge explosion and trapped workers underground amidst suffocating, noxious fumes and dust. When Morgan heard about the explosion, he and his brother put on the breathing devices, made their way to the tunnel, and entered as quickly as possible. Morgan and his brother saved 2 people and recovered 4 bodies before the rescue efforts were shut down. Morgan thought it was the ideal situation, and he had a very good chance to demonstrate how great the mask was. It would boost his sales, but it had the adverse effect, and many refused to purchase his products. And adding insult to injury, neither he nor his brother were recognized for their heroic efforts at Lake Erie, saving 2 lives and bringing out dead bodies. In some of the reports, his name was not even mentioned. They named other people as the rescuers, when in fact he and his brothers were the real rescuers. Although he and his brother were not acknowledged for their heroic efforts in saving lives at Lake Erie, Morgan became a voracious inventor. His focus was on fixing problems and soon turned his attention to all kinds of inventions, from hats to belts, fasteners to car parts, you name it. He was the first black man in Cleveland to own a car. Morgan worked on his mechanical skills and developed a friction drive clutch. Then in 1923, he created a new kind of traffic signal, one with a warning light to alert drivers that they would need to stop. Morgan quickly acquired patents for his traffic signal. An early version of the 3-way traffic light that is in the United States, Britain, Canada, and other countries. He eventually sold the rights to General Electric for $40,000. Beside his inventing career, Morgan diligently supported the African American community throughout his lifetime. He was a member of the newly formed NAACP, which stands for the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People. He was active in the Cleveland Association of Colored Men. He donated to Negro colleges and opened an all-black country club. Additionally, in 1920, he launched the African American newspaper, the Cleveland Call. Later, the name was changed to Post, the Cleveland Post. In 1943, he lost most of his eyesight due to glaucoma. He died in Cleveland, Ohio on July 27, 1963, shortly before the celebration of the Emancipation Proclamation Centennial, an event that he was yearning to see. I never got a chance to see it. Just before his death, however, Morgan was honored by the U.S. government for his traffic signal invention. He was also acknowledged and have a place in history now as a hero of the Lake Erie rescue. Morgan improved and saved countless lives worldwide, including those of firefighters, soldiers, vehicle operators, with his profound inventions. His work provided the blueprint for many important achievements that came later and countries to inspire and to serve as a basis for research conducted by modern day inventors and engineers. YouTubers, Morgan was a very, very important inventor, not only in the Black community, but he came and he served humanity. And his inventions are living on today. So please remember his name. Pass it down to your children. Garrett Augustus Morgan. YouTubers, I'm over and out. Please hit that subscribe button before leaving the page. Thank you.